prepared and to have the plan.
I would go out and I would apply it for the 5 banks.
There was not inflation, there was massive deflation.
The ability to lend is very important for the economy, and banks understand that.
Good businesses that have a plan in place to succeed.
And we're from the government and we really are here to help you. There is no charge for our services.
Factoring is a great tool for small business, but
they see a loan as an end in itself.
Over the past 20 years, the American consumer has been relying on credit to survive.
Stress. It's very important that you be very prudent in how you approach the bank and be very well thought out and planned.
You actually got to monitor them, measure them, and hold yourself accountable to them.
you know, find out why, what you need to work on, what you need to point towards.
The ones that can overcome the emotional aspects of some of the decisions that they make, I think, are by far more successful than those that get stuck in the emotional piece of it.
But it's not just about having a plan as such, a written document that you take to the bank.
The problem with that is exactly the same philosophy that and the same economic situation that was developed in Japan.
It's very important to tell the story.
It's expensive and there's a lot more monitoring involved.
But we are back to a well thought out, tell the story and explain how, if that loan is going to work, you're actually going to pay it back.
You know, healthy economies are anywhere between 2 and 3% of GDP.
Based on your experience, what have you seen that differentiates a successful business owner from a not so successful owner in this climate right now?
Typically they guarantee up to 75% of the loan. That guarantee is being extended to 90%. The combination of planning and
You know, some alternative sources that they're aware of.
What they're doing now is that they're either throwing it in the stock market or they're investing in bonds. You know, they're not giving it to businesses or individuals.
The first thing that we do to try to start and run is subscribe to the Business Ledger.
They're digging very deeply into the resources of the corporation. They're digging very deeply into their own personal resources.
You know, now these sovereign nations are starting to run into trouble.
I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, I've got the money, I can go start this business and everything else will take care of itself.
SBA has put together programs.
We're at about $60 trillion.
The key metrics, knowing what the key metrics are.
Here's the outcome associated with that on my financial statements.
You know, the worst thing you can hear if you're hearing inflation is high levels of debt followed by low interest rates.
I like value-added over low-cost type of provider, and I think we all seek out those individuals that have answers for us, and we try to keep them as close as we can. You know, really the only way out of this thing is to quit spending.
They have extended the guarantee. They guarantee loans that are made by commercial banks.
What you're doing to differentiate you and your business in the marketplace and trying to build business and
The Fed has totally changed, you know, what they can put on their balance sheets now. We're close to almost 400% of GDP.
We would rather look at it as something that will enable the business to get back into a more productive relationship with the bank or whatever financial relationship they have.
And long-term planning for a business is going to be very difficult.
Increasing the number of loans that we're doing.
Right now, you're probably going to continue to see deflationary aspects.
Knowing where to set them and how to set them.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out today. Thanks to our sponsors and the Business Ledger for allowing us to come and provide you guys hopefully some ideas that you can walk out of here with.
The Business Ledger brought this here, and I thank them very much.
The forums that they offer have really, truly assisted us in our growth over the last 22 years.
I want to thank the Business Ledger and all of the sponsors today for putting on the event.
We like coming back to the Business Ledger events, mainly because of the people and the networking and the conversation.
They knew a lot, and they also spent a lot of time answering our questions, so it was a good time to learn information I wouldn't have had otherwise, and also expand my network. So I highly recommend coming out to a Business Ledger event.
Our business has been in DuPage County for the last 22 years, and the Business Ledger has been a big part of that.
It is one of the best ways that I've made some great connections here in the Chicagoland suburbs for my business.
I've been to a Business Ledger Forum, and this is a wonderful event.
And we're looking forward to the next event. It was a great thing to have seen there. and my hat goes off to the Business Ledger and the professional team that they have here.
I'm going to go to the Business Ledger because it really is that source for all of your business needs and information.
And I just want to acknowledge Business Ledger for being a wonderful periodical for the collar counties in suburban Chicago. They're a great newspaper and wonderful in supporting all the local businesses.
Many of the people have become members of my networks.
We found that this kind of brought together a lot of our core kind of customer, which is that go-getter that needs something extra that's really going to help them push their sales.